Okay, I will call to order the Southbury Board of Selectmen regular meeting, January 6th of 2022, to order at 7 p.m. If we could have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So for the record, Selectman Kuhn is remotely in the meeting and participating. Tonight, if I can call a moment of silence for Edward Wildman. Ed Wildman was on the Zoning Commission from 1992 to 2005. He was chair for some time during that. He was on the Public Works Task Force, Rural Preservation Advisory from 1999 until present. He worked tirelessly collecting cans and bottles for the Needy Fund and to make sure that young children had toys at Christmas time. He was a long resident of Southbury, and he will certainly be missed. If we could have a moment of silence. Thank you. Next up is public comments. There's nobody here this evening for public comments, so we'll move on to announcements and correspondence, which you have in your packet. And from there, I'll move to the consent agenda. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Justin will second it. Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? And it carries. Minutes of December 16th of 2021 regular meeting.
Bids and procurement.
Oh, I'm sorry. Went right by that. Sorry. Bids and procurement, thank you. For design services, can I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Justin made a motion to approve, seconded by Holly. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? It carries. Minutes of December 16th, 2021, regular meeting. John, would you like to make a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the minutes of, and what was that date? Yep.
Thank you.
The minutes of December 16th, 2021, regular meeting.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Greg. A second from Greg. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? It carries. There's nothing on unfinished business. Under new business, open space property on 864 South Britton Road. You have the resolution in front. Board of Selectmen hereby places the open space property at 864 South Britton Road under the jurisdiction of the Conservation Commission, which is connected to the rest of the conservation property and would properly be in there, and we need to put it in there. Can I have that motion?
Make the motion.
Justin, would you like to second that?
I'll second it, yeah.
Thank you very much. Any discussion on it?
Just to come, that's the property we purchased
Yeah.
last year, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. All set? I'll call the vote. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? And it carries. For Selectmen's report, I have a memo here from the Southbury Emergency Management Team. They picked up an allotment of iHealth COVID home test kits on Monday, January 3rd, 2022 from the Region 5 pod. The test kits were inventoried and planning immediately started on a local distribution event. In coordination with the Southbury Police Department, Southbury Fire Department, and Southbury Public Works, We planned and executed a successful distribution event on Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. The event was held at Settlers Park from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., and we were able to hand out approximately 1,200 home test kits. We utilized all areas of the park in order to stage vehicles and lessen the traffic impact on Route 67 and redirected vehicles to a different exit in order to assist with the traffic load. We did start at approximately 30 minutes early due to all parking and staging areas were at capacity. Without the assistance and input from the participating agencies and volunteers, this event could not have been possible. The assistance from our town hall staff was and continues to be very valuable in getting the information out to residents. Stephen Schnell, Emergency Management Director. I want to just say that Steve Schnell did a wonderful job of coordinating this. There was a lot of pressure on him, a lot of running around. This was a coordinated effort by all of the employees of the town, whether it was being there. There was also some volunteers there. People had reached out to us to ask if they could help. Our resident trooper was out on 67, and I would have to say I think this went smoother than any other distribution I have heard of or known of, and a lot of towns are making the news on this. I think the people of Southbury can be very proud of what their employees and volunteers stepped up and did. And everybody, we're getting a lot of people contacting us, texting us, calling us. And I want to thank even the people from Southbury for being patient, getting in line, conducting themselves in a very nice manner. I guess it was actually, it went very well. So I'm very happy with that. And we will have more going on. We're getting more N95 masks. I'd like to talk just the town hall does remain under a mask mandate. You know, the numbers are up, and we're just trying to keep everybody healthy. We didn't do too badly over the holiday season, and I think most of the town hall employees were happy to not get, there were some that did get COVID, but we did pretty well. I also want to talk about a little bit about the ice storm. Kudos to our Public Works, Department of Public Works, and the guys out there. That was a difficult storm, and I kept wondering, how are we doing? Is there any problems? Expecting some sort of significant, something breaking or something, truck having a problem, and they were careful. They got what salt they could down. And they handled it pretty well. That was a real tough ice storm, and our crews are doing very well with that. And of course, now we have the next snowstorm coming tonight and into tomorrow, and it shouldn't be too hard to handle. We don't have any trucks down or any problems with that. And just for the board, I hope to have the budget out to you next week, which will be about a month ahead of time. I'm hoping that if everything goes smoothly in my office with other things, I have to have a couple more meetings, and I think we'll get this out to the board. I'd really like to get it out as soon so that you can have as much time as you can to consider it. Are there any questions?
I have a question. What was the...
Is your mic, can you turn the...
Yep, I should be on.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay? Okay. What was the response to the number of test kits we got, and was it adequate for the demand in town?
There was enough test kits for the people that came. We actually had some left over, and there's going to be more coming.
Excellent.
We have a few more, so we're going to distribute. And there's some that are going to be we're going to have for our town hall emergency or fire department, police department, if we need, to keep them keep them going, so to speak, get some tests done in case, because they did run a little bit thin on emergency management over the holiday. It was, and I know even some other services were getting short. So that's the good news, but at this point, we didn't run out.
Good.
So
No,
it is
good. Yeah.
what it is. I mean, if people have a real need for some reason, we're working on that now, because I really frankly didn't expect to have kits left over. So we're figuring that out. People are calling for N95 masks. We're saying, stop by, we'll give you some. And so far, it's a pretty orderly. All right. Any other questions? Hearing none, we'll do reports. Justin?
Not a lot of activity on my groups, although ARPA will be meeting, I think it's next week. So we'll hear more about that at our next meeting.
All right. Jason?
Same here, ARPA and library meet next week, LEPC is next month, and EMS canceled their December meeting, so
Okay.
we're
John?
at the next meeting.
Let's see, is that on?
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll jump into Parks and Rec to start with, just because that's the easy one. They did not meet since we last met, and they actually won't meet until the end of this month, so that'll be the same report next time.
Okay.
For the Conservation Commission, very impressive meeting, to listen to a group of folks who are working on, they discussed what's going on in 9 different parks throughout the town, from maintaining and updating some grills. Let's see, what was some of the working on spillway work and consideration at Janine Pierce. Platt Park and trail maintenance, which kind of hit home to me, is I walk that park often, and they talked about the yellow trail being cleared and some trees being cleared. One of their kind of, I guess, saving grace this month might be that they wanted to send kudos to Department of Public Works. Maybe there's a kind of silver lining to a lack of winter this year, is that they've been doing some good work out there and getting some trails cut and some cleanup done, and some work that, out there. So a little bit of cross populate working well. They talked a little bit about the budget and putting that together. They set up a program to have, there's gonna be a website application where town residents or anybody could actually go online and purchase a memorial park bench that could be set out in these parks with coordination between that group. 2 per year, so you might see a couple extra park benches showing up in that area. So that seemed pretty impressive. 2 things that caught my ear that I thought maybe you should be a little aware of. At Short Field, there's a fellow up there that I guess we've had some problems with in the past, that has been cutting and pulling up some trees and plowing some stuff around. They were gonna connect that to the town attorney and find out what could be done to.
I would hope that they contact me directly. I know nothing about this. Talk to me, give me a call tomorrow or after, and we'll figure this out. Who's cutting? I've never heard of anybody doing that over there. And we'll talk about whatever that is. But they should immediately, if they know about it, should contact the first selectman immediately, and it will be looked into. I've been pretty aggressive about people, right, Justin? I mean, you and Jason have been here on the board. I'm pretty aggressive about people cutting.
Lived through some trees.
We have a $1.5 million lawsuit filed against somebody. People shouldn't be on town property doing this. So,
That'll be forwarded to you.
okay.
And then the other, just on the same property area, trying to get access to that shot field, to have our people be able to go in there and cut some grass and make a trail. I think they're communicating with you
Yes.
to coordinate with the owner of that little link property so that we can cross that and access that field.
Yeah.
So that's the other kind of, seemed to be a major task that they were working on, but all in all, the amount of work that you have lined up, and I guess I would highly recommend to anybody interested, if you take a look at their minutes, there's 9 different parks that they have different activities going on in each one, and they're great places to walk and be involved with, and you can see from their minutes on their website, there's a lot of work going on.
Okay.
So, very busy commission.
John, well, we're gonna be doing openings. Dan Colton was gonna let me know when they were gonna do it tomorrow. I don't know if they reached out to you on the pool with the RFPs, from the, engineers about the pool and the pricing. So if you're available, we'll call you if you're around. We'll try to get you here to be there in the opening and be able to see them.
Sure, now, doing that opening tomorrow.
Yes, I think it was tomorrow. It's been a busy day here in Town Hall. And, yeah, I think it's gonna be tomorrow. We're gonna open them up. All right? So if I'll give you a call.
That'd be very helpful. I'd be thrilled to sit in on that.
Okay. Selectman Kuhn, Greg, are you out there?
Hi, I am.
Okay, didn't know if you
Okay.
fell. No, never.
I'm here. Okay, so I'm going to take advantage of the fact that there's a comma that was sort of left open for me, and I'm going to throw an energy task force as well into this, and I'm going to start with that. So I've already enjoyed attending the last meeting of the Energy Task Force and was able to introduce myself and become familiar with the work they're doing. At the last meeting, the bulk of the conversation centered around the idea of working with the town and Eversource Energy to create a microgrid that would use energy stored from PV solar to power critical town resources in the event of a major loss of power. Excuse me while I clear my throat. This is definitely interesting, kind of exciting to think about those possibilities. There's a lot to consider, and I would describe the stage of this as exploratory, everything from siting considerations to demand needs, and all the challenges associated with putting something like that together that have to be navigated as they move forward. Kind of neat that, having been on the Planning Commission for a couple of years, that I think I'll be able to facilitate just some relationships and conversations between the task force and the Planning Commission to help answer questions that have come up. And as other significant developments are made, I will be sure to share them. Last week, I also met with, so moving on to the Senior Services Commission, I had a chance to meet with the Director of Senior Services, Tamith Rossi, which was really an excellent opportunity to make some introductions, learn more about what Senior Services offers and what the Senior Center itself does. Shared my passion for advocating for our seniors in the community, and I had a really nice discussion about successes, challenges, and just appreciated the director's perspective on those things. The next Senior Services Commission meeting scheduled for the 19th, and I'm going to be reaching out to the chair, Chris Tolley, and look forward to meeting the commission then. And this afternoon, actually received an email from Anthony Mazzano from the IT Steering Committee. Those guys meet quarterly, and so the first meeting is coming up next week. So looking forward to joining them and understanding how I can best serve as the liaison to that group as well. And just last, shout out and thank you to Dan Colton for helping set up, just facilitating what was needed associated with the Connecticut Conference of Municipalities, CCM, and getting set up for the CT Certified Municipal Official. Cool program. It's really just about educating myself and shortening the learning curve on things, and looking forward to this Saturday. It's sad that it's going to be online, but doing the newly elected officials day. That should be a good day of conference or presentations to learn from. That's all I got. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Holly?
Yes, so I'm the liaison to the Board of Education. The Board of Education's last meeting was on December 13th, which was prior to our last meeting. Their next meeting will be on January 10th. However, in the meantime, I did have a nice phone call with Chairwoman Mary Danza the week of December 20th to sort of debrief and just have open lines of communication going forward. Obviously, the overwhelming focus that was just recurring in our conversation was the need to keep our kids in person so that they have that in-person opportunity to learn, but while taking all safety precautions that we possibly can. So as you know, Region 15 has been outstanding in keeping our schools open and providing kids with that true learning experience and trying to give them the most normal experience that they can have. So that's really a lot of what's going on over there, and I look forward to their January 10th.
Very good.
So the text that we just got was them announcing it's closed tomorrow.
I was gonna ask, what are the chances of them being open?
And their phones all go off on speaking.
Yeah.
However, that would be due to weather.
That is weather, and it's,
But it is nice to know this far in advance that they will be closed tomorrow, so, for anybody to see online.
That's all our phones are, okay. Very good. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
aye.
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 And we're adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thanks again, everyone.
Feel better, Greg.
Thank you.